We just saw Still Alice, and on this show I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it in the car, and then we have a discussion. The review part is spoiler-free, so if you're on the fence and looking for a recommendation, you can watch the review and not get spoilers, find out whether we recommend it or not. If you've already seen the movie or don't care about spoilers, you can watch past that point where we get into a discussion and all bets are off. We can talk about anything we want, including plot spoilers. Still Alice is a drama starring Julianne Moore. She plays a character who is diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's, and it follows the story of her. She's the protagonist. It follows from her perspective for the most part, how that disease affects her, how how that changes her life and her family and everyone around her. And it's got to be a universal recommendation for me. I would recommend that anybody go and see it. I think that it's worth seeing even just to understand Alzheimer's a little bit better. But beyond that, it's one of the better dramas I've seen in years. Great independent style of movie. The performances are great. Julianne Moore is good. Alec Baldwin is good. Kristen Stewart is good. It's all around a well-done movie. It's very efficient at telling its story. It's not a... It's very sad and very scary, and it doesn't do any of those things in a ham-fisted or sort of emotionally manipulative way. It really does a solid job of setting those things in motion, and you go through those stages with them without it ever feeling like this is obviously the scene that is meant for the trailer, meant for the Oscar clip that they're going to show. So without saying a whole lot more about anything or spoiling anything, I would say if you have any interest in seeing this movie or like good dramas, don't mind a movie that is heartbreaking but also extremely well done, I would definitely recommend Still Alice. What'd you guys think?
I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was very relatable, and it was a really humble movie that anybody on any age could relate to, as well as it was really well done with all of the cast and the actors. There weren't any actors in there where you're like, oh, okay, well, they were casted for this part. I think it was well done. Everybody would enjoy it.
Cool.
I thought it was amazing. It's one of the better movies I've ever seen. All of the performances were just wonderful. Julianne Moore, as usual, knocks it out of the park. It was at once the most heartbreaking and scary movie I've ever seen in my life. The way they shot it kind of added to that. They didn't give you an accurate timeline of how things are going, so in one scene she'll forget something, and the next scene she'll find it, and a month will have gone by between the two scenes, and you only know that because of the dialogue in the scene. Just brutal. I was in tears almost the entire time, so if you do go see it, take every tissue that you can get. It was absolutely amazing. Anybody that can go watch it. It's that good.
So that's a universal recommendation. We don't give grades on this show. We don't give letter grades or star grades or anything like that. Sometimes it's necessary to point out that if I did give movie grades or movie star grades, this is a 4-star film. It's fantastic. It's well worth it.
Who was the director?
I didn't look before we saw it, so I couldn't tell
job.
you. It really is. So go see it. Don't let us spoil anything for you. We're going to get into the discussion part now. That's where we can talk about whatever we want. So turn it off, go watch the movie, come back, see what else we had to say. It seems like these sorts of movies, like drama movies or independent movies even, get longer and longer. Like every year, it seems like they get longer, and this is a 99-minute efficient. Yes, it says everything it needs to say and nothing else. I'd have to go and look, but I wonder if it's based on, if it's adapted from something, like if it was a stage play or something
It
before.
was a novel.
Well, it
Okay.
didn't say
It
it didn't
was
say
based on-
adapted. It said written for screen. So I don't know.
The credits
I
said
didn't-
it's a novel, but
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
if it's adapted from a novel, it is one of the best adaptations I've seen, because it really felt right as a film, and again, it's like so. Like, yes, it focuses on Julianne Moore, and her performance is really good, and she goes from being really confident to confused to angry to, everything else. And her performance is really good, but it's not like hammy, look at me, I'm an actor. She's
Yeah.
not showing off. She's playing the role.
she's playing the role of how an average person would deal with the diagnosis of memory loss. And
Yeah, it's
you see
all
the
believable.
the dynamics between the family. It doesn't necessarily wreck the family, like if somebody was diagnosed with breast cancer or something else. It kind of brings the family together, but you also see the internal struggle that the family has with everything.
The thing that got me was you said it was 99 minutes.
Yeah,
Man, it did not feel that long.
I know.
It is. You would look at it and it's not like action packed or anything, but those minutes go by very
Well,
very
and that's what
quickly.
I'm saying. Like 99 minutes, that's a brisk drama. Like that's a quick drama nowadays. Most of them are 2 hours, 2 hours plus.
Yeah, that was just the pacing, the way it was shot.
I think
Oh my god, it was great.
I think it tugs at your strings the entire time because you
Yeah.
want her to beat it, you want her to overcome, but then you're like, I know that she's gonna go downhill.
Right.
I know that this is gonna happen, but we don't see the rapid.
Yeah, and it also doesn't. It gives her enough. She has enough family members, and I don't know. If it was based on a novel, it's probably based on a real person, and to some extent, the kids are based on real people. I felt like the kids were, like when they said there were 3 kids and that it was familial and all that. I was like, okay, that math works out perfectly because 2 of them are going to get tested, one of them's going to be positive, and the third one's not going to want to know. And that's exactly what happened.
Sure.
But I felt like they had the characters, the range of characters there, so that we don't ever really feel judgmental about how they react. Their reactions seem they're a spectrum of reactions, but they're all valid reactions.
Yeah.
The daughter that has the gene and finds out that she's not passed the gene on to her kids, and she's relieved about that, but doesn't want to be in front of her mom all the time and watch the deterioration. The son and the husband who are trying, they're showing up for her as best they can, but they are also like, the husband especially, like, I need to get on with my career, and I want to take her with me, but I can't, and I can't convince her to go, and all that. And then the youngest daughter, who, at first is like the most wanting to distance herself from her mom and show her that she can make it on her own and all that, and then she becomes the one that ultimately starts really taking care of her and keeping up with her.
But I think that's stereotypical in any family dynamic. It's either going to be the oldest one or the youngest one that's going to be the caretaker.
Yeah,
The
you're
middle
right.
one always gets the leeway, always gets to continue their life if they have a family, go on and be free. It's going to be the 2 extremes that are going to take care of it, either irresponsible one or the one who's the headstrong.
Well, and honest, I mean, they also make a point of telling you that, like, she doesn't have, like, she's going out for acting roles. It's not like she's raising kids or, I think the other guy was like a
Med school.
med school
Yeah,
guy.
he's in med school.
So, I mean, Leah, the character Kristen Stewart plays, had the most free time, but the arc of her being sort of the most self-centered of them, mostly because she wanted to like not be a burden and not, you know, not have her mom tell her what to do, like not go to college because her mom told her that,
She
you know,
needed to.
going to college to be an actor if you're already out acting is probably the worst idea. But that I can see, like, that's something that a parent
Fall
would
back.
say. Well, that's something that a parent would say. They'd be like, you know,
One thing
go get a
that
degree in it.
I found particularly moving about this movie was the scene where she gives a speech at the Alzheimer's
Uh-huh.
thing. And that scene is like the battered wife standing up to the abuser husband, or the heroine fighting back versus the villain. You know, that was one of the most powerful scenes that you could possibly have. And 90%, I would say 99% of dramas are going to end on that note.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And then this one kept going, and you saw her eventual loss.
And that's what I mean about the emotional blackmail side of it, is that if they had recorded that scene, you know, or they could have told the story in a way where that was the final scene, where you still see the deterioration, and then, I don't know, she kills herself off, or she turns on her computer again and puts up the video and it plays back her giving the speech, you know, and then it's her reacting to what she used to be, and that would be much more of a
Ham-fisted.
yes, and leave everybody walking out of the room going, wow, Julianne Moore is like such a great actress, and that was such a great performance, and instead you walk out of it going, that was just a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no winner. There's
Like
no
that-
loser. Everybody has an equal part in the movie,
Yeah.
which is good.
The art shone through above everything. Mm-hmm. It was beautifully done.
It was great.
Excellent movie.
Yep.
God.
Still Ellis. If you like the way we do these reviews, please like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. Check out all the written video reviews at dalemaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.